2019 Sales Mastery. Help me understand for attendees, what's changed since last fall that you're going to address at this year's Sales Mastery that they can't afford to miss?
I think the thing that people cannot afford to miss is the idea that you're already missing. And from our kind of research, what we know from close to 20,000 surveys is that people are missing the opportunity for their own greatness. They're missing the opportunity to understand the power of fit and fast and forward in their life as a parent, as a son, as a daughter, as a brother, as a sister, as a business professional. What's different this year is that people are missing their purposefulness, they're missing their centeredness, they're missing their productivity, they're missing the big opportunity of owning the results and owning their reality and owning their outcome. Last year was about game changers, and I think what we found in the 12 months between last year's event and this year's event is that the game hasn't really changed, but the way people play it is changing. And so the question is, are you playing at a level that is unique to 2020 and 21 and 22, or are you still playing at last year's level or the year before? I had a conversation the other day with a guy, and he said the greatest fear is in a population of people that halfway through Gen X and most of the baby boomers, that they're not able to execute right now in a way that gives them total financial freedom and health, and they're scared. Mm-hmm. They're scared of getting replaced. They're scared of remaining relevant. And yet, at the same time, they have more knowledge than any of the other generations about this idea of buying and selling and financing real estate. And so this is a perfect opportunity to change how they approach the health of their business. We know that there is this thing called sage wisdom, right? Sage advice. You've had mentors. I've had mentors. My oldest mentor right now is 20 years older than I am, and it's interesting that we should never think of being done. We should never think that, okay, we hit this finish line and now we're done. It should always be, how well are we performing en route to what we want our best life to be? Mm-hmm. And I don't think enough people understand, and what we certainly know as a company is that when you marry the principles of high trust to a life of fitness and speed and dreaming and going forward, you can survive anything. You can survive any market shift. Mm-hmm. You can survive any market change. You can survive any of the new players that you're fearful of. You can survive all that. So I think what's changed is trust is more needed than everything today. It's more needed than anything today. It is predictably what I said 2 years ago, that trust is going to trump technology. And even though we need technology, we use technology, we want technology, what we're finding right now is that in the biggest financial decisions of people's lives, they're not relying solely on technology. And until somebody understands that's in the space, they operate in fear. And so I think that's what's different. What's different is we're going to show you how trust is your absolute 100% superpower.